Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Guten Abend. Welcome on, welcome all. Ultimate Sub, Rumley, Tuffy, Jamas, Cuts, Dudley. Everybody's in the house. So, welcome. If you hear loud screaming noises, for some odd reason the cats are completely bonkers tonight. There has been a red cat sighted in the garden and they are just running from window to window.
Ooh. Nice.
Oh, speaking of nice.
It's not brown juice.
You wish. Nah. Some more trooper.
Ah.
I did tell you I ordered a box of it. Hello, Inoko and Emma.
I got Love Is Here, which has got an interesting orange and black cover. Somewhere out there's a load of abstract acrylic on canvas that they use for the labels of these.
They went to a
presumably
local,
up in Belfast.
They went to a local art school and just took random pictures. Welcome, Dave. Cheers, you lot.
Possible.
And remember, kids, drink responsibly.
No. Why? You can't make me.
Well, you're not counting
Fucking
as children
rocket
anymore.
lollies are the bestest thing ever.
Oh, now I know why.
Is stop eating rocket lollies now. Before I end up with diabetes.
You're making terrain. That's the reason.
Ah, no, I would never use lollipop sticks for terrain. I do sometimes use them as spatulas to put stuff out on things.
It does remind me of that poor joke that's making the round. Dude, I've got diabetes type 1. 1.
Yes, Jam, I have seen them. Because I see them as part of the £75 challenge.
What
was
a challenge?
On the Plastic Crack podcast, there was a £75 challenge to introduce people to the hobby. Some of which was buy this, and it leaves you with £2, and here's a beer from a weird website called, was it Apocalyptic Thunder Juice? It's good. It's good times.
It almost sounds like the Pan-Galactic Thunder
Gargle Blaster.
Gargle Blaster.
It's like being hit in the face with a brick made of gold wrapped in velvet. Something like that. Been so long. Get Tim to do the £75 challenge. Well, you know.
As Terry always says, he can't make me.
Step 1, pay £75 of import duties and taxes.
Done.
And step 2, receive nothing for your troubles.
Yeah. Postage and shipping, and the rest is evaporating.
Wrapped in a slice of lemon, that was it.
A large slice of lemon. Okay. Can't decide to paint knits in true second edition colors or style of modern skin. Why don't you just do it black and white? Monochromatic knits.
Monochromatic?
Or use color shifting colors.
You're allowed to do that. Is that legal?
I don't know.
Monochromatics.
How do I care?
It doesn't sound legal. Black and white.
Well, Dave, at that point, just dry brush him. Welcome, Radagast. Oh no. Your picture has gone all spooky.
Black and white?
Yes.
That's like what you said. Snippy's smoking a tab.
Watch the Mario movie. Oh, how bad was it?
Oh, God. The Mario movie is particularly bad.
Is it?
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't even care to watch it.
Oh, hang on a minute. Is there a new one? Because I'm
Yeah.
defaulting to the Princess Peach and the Bob Hoskins.
No. There has been an
Oh,
animated
okay.
version came out last year that looks like Mario Galaxy 3D but in high res.
Less interested in that. It doesn't have Bob Hoskins.
Oh, the Bob Hoskins version is great.
Bob Hoskins or Maureen Lipman. Anybody who's done advertising for British Telecom, either of them can play Mario and nobody else. I think that's pretty much how it goes. Could you imagine Maureen Lipman playing Mario? That'd be fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
that's pretty much the new Mario movie is a computer game cutscene extended
Right.
edition.
Oh, okay. Well, fuck that. Fuck that. Sure, have a look at some things and stuff.
Why is my phone still making noise? That's
I've no idea. So unprofessional.
I told you to stop making noise.
If I had friends, I would keep my phone on, to be fair, so it would bing in between. But
Well,
I suppose I could set an alarm, then pretend it was somebody calling me. That'd be
the
amazing.
annoying thing is it wasn't even anybody who would I refer to as friend. It's just a generic. You're within your home network. Enjoy. And because reception inside the house is so bad, it cuts in and out every 5 seconds. I could send myself mail. Yeah, I could.
There was a wrestler played a live action Mario in the 90s.
No, you're talking about the manager, Lou Ferrigno. Was it name?
No, because he was deaf and he played the Incredible Hulk.
Not Lou. I have him visualized before me.
He normally had fucking rubber bands in his beard and hair and hanging off his ears and shit. Sure, he was a manager.
Captain Lou something.
Captain Lou.
He also played a role in a music video by
Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper, yeah.
Oh.
Was it just Captain Lou? I think it was just Captain Lou or something.
Might be. Some of the kids in the audience will tell us.
Yeah, but he played
rat.
the live action television series Mario. I remember that.
It was quality.
Of course.
Much better than this new one, which I haven't seen, but I already hate.
Speaking of things to be seen, Jerry, what have you picked for us to look at today?
Got a picture of a Newcastle coach shushing Klopp on the sidelines when they were 1-0 up. Do you want to look at that? I could look at that for hours. It's fucking amazing. What a match.
I don't think that's why people are here. I'm guessing.
It might be, you don't know.
Yeah, right. Where's my button? My button's gone. There's my button.
To be brutally honest, Shay's the one who does most of the stuff in the studio, so Shay. So you'll have to open it and do things.
And write on it for Shay's eyes only, so that Warren gets
a chance put Shay on
nick it.
Yeah, that's probably the best way. So that would really annoy Justin and John as well if something arrives for Shay. Good times.
Fauci is pilgriming to Gen Con.
Yes. So he made the mistake of visiting Ireland and thus having to go drinking with me 2 days in a row while I was working.
He's still alive?
Yeah, he's grand. Don't worry about it. Big fella. However, he was heading off to Gen Con and went, anything you want me to bring back? And I went, no. But
pictures.
You could do a little project showing us what went on at Gen Con. So he did that. Starting with, if I've set this, I have set this up, well done me, a little bit of a tour of other things in Indianapolis rather than just get off the plane and go straight to the convention itself. So some interesting little sights and scenery and that sort of thing, including everybody's favorite street art. Look at them, killer whales, desperately trying to
kill something,
murder everything in sight.
Oh, and also food.
And food, yep. Look, not everything is a McDonald's covered in cheese. I love the Bluesmobile halfway up the wall, by the way. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, though it's the wrong car.
I will forgive it massively, regardless of what color car they were going to be or what style of car they were going to be using. That's
Also, it
Cadillac
needs a
didn't say.
giant megaphone on top of the roof.
How do you make? Project System does know what way up is, as is clearly shown whenever you click on them. But presumably when you're taking pictures and flipping your phone back and forth and shit, it does something going, this picture was taken upside down. The Project System goes upside down, you say, sir? Well done.
Yeah, it's odd. Don't trust modern cameras on your
Yeah,
phone.
I don't. Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Oh, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the general audience out there that also doesn't give a crap about what I'm saying. Which is totally fine and valid, and I get it.
But anyway.
Ah, look, people.
People indeed. And some sort of giant lizard upside of a wall. It must have been going
eBay.
a hell of a fucking pace
Look,
to flatten
it's eating
itself
eBay.
against that.
Why is the dragon eating eBay?
Why would it not? I mean, she got a chance.
I'm pretty sure that's not very healthy.
No, well, you know, God, who knows what it would catch. Beyond that, there's a eclectic mix of stuff because it was literally just heading around and seeing stuff you wanted to see, including some GW bits and pieces, which freaked me out, and Star Wars Crisis Protocol, which I believe you actually got a game of as well.
That's a big.
Yeah, it's a sizable haul. It's amazing what happens whenever you cover up that football field with tables. Presumably that's what they play in there. I have no idea what the Lucas Oil Stadium is used for outside of that.
Or the springy basketball bits, maybe?
Oh, that makes sense. That could be it. The Lucas Oil Stadium. Now there's pictures of footballers on the outside. Unless, I mean, that would be really weird if it was basketball, but they just had massive posters of American football players on the outside just because they like them. That'd be clear. I'd be all for that. Anyway, there's some nice bits and pieces in there with some nice tables set up, a few notables as well that he got his photo taken with, including Gabe, who wrote Blood and Steel. Yes, I had to think there. So many fucking blood and games now.
Blood and
valor,
my God. Blood and plunder, blood and
Steel, blood and valor, and blood and crowns is just about to come.
And blood and bowl.
Yeah. But yeah, so a few different people in there as well, and then there is a link to a game. However, when I clicked on it, I think it was Mythic World or something like that. Or Mythic Earth. That's it. The Googly Drive is locked or something. Oh, sorry, no, confusing.
There's no
so
link.
It says like enter text to get in, or I don't know. So you may want to ask in the comments, or I suppose tag them in the comments. Then whenever you go to get into that, to see whatever the Mythic Earth is.
There is no link here.
It's right at the very bottom.
I am at the very bottom.
You're not hit refresh on that page, mate. You've stopped at shitter point. There's the Ennies, there's the Gods of Metal Ragnarok, there's Goodman Games, there's this photo gallery with him and Peoples.
Toying with me again.
And then at the end is Mythic Earth. See?
See.
There's Gabe.
And a lot of Australians.
Blah, 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 blah. Blood and Hell game. Yeah. There's plenty of them around. I'm wondering where they will go next. Because
that's and you're sure he doesn't take it as a threat when you said to him, you go and take pictures, otherwise I'll cut you.
I mean, it was like so. I'm adorable. Why would you take that as a threat?
Oh, there's a link to our demo. Let's see what happens if I hit it.
I got screamed
Oh
at saying
no!
you need to touch a thing or type of stuff in. See? The old Chris Benoit begins groove.
No.
And nobody wants to get the crippler crossface from Chris Benoit. Certainly his wife and fucking kid didn't. Oh, pull the muscle.
Again?
We all thought it was a shit finishing move. How little did we know. Sorry.
Too soon, says Doug the Fuck.
Too soon? It's not. Come on. Let's face it, every time you put the crippler crossface on somebody in the ring, you only looked at that and went, wrestling's so fake.
Yeah, we all know that wrestling is more of a what do you call it? Body-centric theater?
Sure. Like two T-bone steaks slapping together in the middle of the ring. Big slabs. Splish, splish, splish. Anyway.
I mean, when I first watched the WWF in, I don't know, mid-90s at 12 or something. No, well, it must be earlier. End of the 80s, something like that.
Could be.
Already I knew this can't be real. When Hulk Hogan went into the cage with King Kong Bundy.
Next you'll be telling me the Hulk's bald. Anyway.
Yeah, Tauchi, nicely done. Thank you very much for us not going to the overseas and not taking the Concrud. I hope you had fun. I didn't spend too much money.
I mean, after drinking in Ireland, it's bound to be a restful way of spending a weekend.
Is Ireland so expensive when it comes to drinking?
Depends where you are. I mean, we're not as bad as Scandinavians yet. But it's getting right up there. Oh, there he is. Hello.
Oh, look, the gaming dude. Apologies, Link to Mythic Earth is now accessible. He thinks. Where is it? There it's. Try again. Oh, let's see. There's a demo MPG.
There we go. Awesome sauce. So you can even see Mythic Earth. I'm ready. That's one that's most interesting to me because I remember when they were doing Mythic America. And I like the idea of Mythic America. I have a starter set. The models are very fucking big. Really fucking big. So big, in fact, that I don't think I can get them to stand on a 20mm square base. They barely fit on 32mm round bases. They're very, very broad stances. But it uses the same system as Warlords of Erwan. So I like the idea of that sort of expansion. So yes, there you go. You can have a look at some of Mr. Priestley's current madness via Mythicos. And there you go. Are they? I have no idea. No, who knows? Hornby. I mean, the fact that they're being bought out by Hornby, maybe they're telling them to rein in their other partners.
I totally forgot that. Oh god. Yeah, let's see how that turns out.
Anyway,
Strontium Dog has all gone. Well, that's a shame.
That is a shame. Well, that'd be interesting, actually. I heard a while ago that Rebellion owned a big chunk of Warlord, which is why you were constantly getting
2000
AD based stuff. They more or less had it that Warlord had to release something, a new product every year, I think. Or, yeah, might actually be every year. It certainly feels like it's been every year. But if Hornby are taking them over, choo-choo, with the view to buy outright, then it may see the 2008 license slipping. Time will tell.
Well, James Cutts is thinking of making a custom Hornby Games t-shirt for Open Game.
Oh, do that.
That's not a mutilated squirrel behind Jerry.
No, that's everybody's favourite cat, Stimpy. The
From the
stupid idiot.
Ren and Stimpy show.
Look how awesome he looks.
A glorious HD.
As you say, glorious HD. Fucking worth it. Anyway.
So next up is Draconis.
Yep, I may or may not
Kings
put the
of
link in.
Vanguard
Probably.
War.
Did I? Yeah, I did. Well done, me.
You do.
Yep. So, started to work on some of the Vanguard bits and pieces that they sort of broken out, gap filled and cleaned up, at least to an extent, which means we're now seeing paint going down. Look, Phantom with jazz hands. I love those Phantoms. Jazz hands.
And I'm guessing they had too much popsicles because they already have very blue tongues.
Blue tongues. They've been eating raspberry flavoured ice lollies.
Or something very artificially colored, at least. Reminds me of something, can't think of it. Resident Evil?
I don't know. I've not played enough Resident. I played the original Resident Evil.
Yeah, there was this liquor dude crawling on the ceiling.
Well, yeah. It has too many limbs. It's hexapedal. Toot toot.
Getting down the paint.
Could be a Doom. Anyway.
Ooh.
So, as we see here, the Stalkers of the Night.
The rot of priming.
Yep. Spray stick, as I believe they're known in France.
Well, that's more a 2x4.
Yeah, you know. Like you get with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Yeah, wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very wrestling-centric episode. I don't know why you feature so much wrestling on your stream yet. I think everybody else prefer the hot tub, but here we go.
Yeah, I'm more in the oil up man ripping shirts apart.
There we go. It's what once. Could be Hellraiser. Could be Hellraiser.
What was the game called that Adam Tabletop Minions did?
Rain in Hell.
Rain in Hell, yeah. Oh, look. Terrible unfilled gaps.
Well, those were the pictures before he did the gap filling.
Oh, okay.
So it's literally the post.
See, there's gap filling done.
Next up will be the plastic scarecrows, possibly some gap filling on the resting chaps. And then he went into the gap filling. You're very past remarkable. Do you even look at the things you're scrolling past? Or you just wait to get to the bottom to criticize people? Oh,
yes!
Oh my God.
Yes!
My God. I thought that was my job.
On your show, not yet.
Oh, okay. Well,
when you have control over the thingy bits on the television.
No, that's fine. I know. No, when I'm not wanted. Know what people at home are thinking. How are Luton getting on? They were 1-0 up after 2 minutes.
I was waiting for anything football related.
Oh, you weren't.
Oh,
you
yes.
Didn't know.
I've seen your shirt you're wearing, and I knew there's something on.
Oh, no, it's the gas shirt. It's totally different. Although Loughlin Island have been drawn against Burren in the next round of the senior football championship, so fingers crossed. Should beat Burren, for fuck's sake.
I like the fact that this is a game that on the surface looks very much serious, and then you have this one with just a pumpkin on his head.
Oh, there's a few of them kicking around. The pumpkin-headed scarecrows. They're delightful. You'll be seeing a lot more of them. I had to paint the rig of them up for fucking silver bayonet. Apparently there are scarecrows in that game as well. I was like, well, I had them.
Yeah, and entries below that we already seen. We've been here once.
Yes. Yes, we have.
And you're making nice progress.
Yes.
Very nice.
Going with the standard boxy, arty pictures as far as colours go as well. So leaning heavily on the purples and blues. But I think a lot of them are being done with some form of speedy type paint.
Does he? I still
to
thought he...
speed things along. Well, certainly on the
contrasty paintings.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. They're all speed paints.
Grey. Why does he write grey on top when it says on the side grey?
Presumably, like myself, all of his stuff is in a drawer, and when you look down, that's why all of mine have got a dot of colour on the top.
Oh, speaking of coloured dots...
Bugger off. I've just painted the fucking Russians, which, by the way, fuck Russia, and its inordinate use of white on their uniforms. They've god-awful cants. I had to go for a fucking Swam or Soom or whatever that town's pronounced, Huzzar, just so I had less white to do. She's in lovely grey pants, yellow fucking jacket, and turquoise pelisse, for fuck's sake. Turquoise. Anyway.
You remember that last time when I showed you what I bought off eBay for making my little speed paint cap skull things?
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, I had a look-see last night for different things I needed, and I found a bag of skulls I forgot I had.
Nice. It's always good. I often find miniatures I forgot I had, but you know.
So I now have a bag of resin 3D printed skulls that are all more or less the same sculpt, and
sorry.
4 bags of resin poured skulls from I think, was it Green Stuff World?
Yeah,
or was it?
They certainly do a sack of skulls.
Could also be Micro Art Studios. I can't remember, one of those two, or Cromlech even.
All of these. All of these are possible.
But no, I have skulls enough to build myself a tiny skull throne.
Skulls for days.
Days on end. Maybe I should just...
Philip in Tottenham.
Maybe I should just get myself one of the Spasmarines and glue it together and just roll it in skulls.
A Spacamarine covered in scrolls. Sounds good to me.
Yes, Dave, I'm very, very ahead of you all.
Just need the Prussians, the rest are over here. I don't actually think they do Prussians, do they? Do Russians and Austrians, British, French. Maybe they do Prussian. No, don't think they do.
Russian impressions?
I think Joseph McCulloch once said to me off camera, I hate Prussians, and anybody who plays them is a cunt. And then he spat like a gypsy. I think that's what he did.
Now, where do we go next?
I thought. Hi, Andy.
Hello, Mr. Kenneth Haig. Victorian science fiction.
I think somebody's just gone in with a marker or a Sharpie and just put a P in front of the Russian. Worry about it. Positive, he said he hates Russians. He spat. And then cursed anybody who would even contemplate playing them.
I curse you and your family for the next generations.
Oh, a fatwa on their house, I believe, was what he said next. Then he screamed Allah Akbar. Yeah, he did. Joe's a really weird person when he's not got a camera recording him. Anyway, so Tenzin has added some Chinamen to Mars.
Yeah, some very colourful dots.
But not just that. I mean, there's some weird and wacky shit going on there.
What the hell is he holding? The one on the right.
One on the right appears to be holding some sort of futuristic past sci-fi historical Bren gun. Or no, Vickers. Yeah, Vickers, isn't it?
He goes old Decker.
Yeah. They're totally bananas. Even the blend of Chinese and Aztec on that guy with the back banner and big hat is particularly good. And then there's what I'm going to refer to as the village of Lago, because it's all painted red. And that just appeals to the Clint Eastwood fan in me.
Yeah, also, he seems to have a deal on purpley tufts.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's Martian weed. Actually, that's not. The Martian weed is a thick, coarse mat, like a ginger's pubes. But
Are these
purple
the MDF terrain pieces that fit together on the bases?
Yeah, from Sarissa.
Like a jigsaw puzzle?
Yep. I think it's the Alamo set, if memory serves. Pete?
Remember the Alamo!
Those accurate or culturally insensitive. Space Marines. Oh, I think Space Marines are very culturally insensitive. I'm Sarissa.
Good evening, people.
Yes. Wargames Atlantic Lizard Man. I still want to do my Daggers against John Shano Last Guardian game, where there's a bunch of those lizard men running around the place while John Shano's just shooting people in the face, going full fucking Jerusalem man on them.
The Gorn.
It's not Gorn. Gorn don't have tails like that.
Oh look, I've got one of those little barrels myself.
Roll them out.
They're currently being painted for the terrain challengey thing with Ben.
Oh, it's
Almost
like that,
done.
Oh, it's like that. So anyway, what we're looking at here is actually a little Hutu battle report. We get a blow-by-blow account. I'm assuming it's a battle report because the way it's described might not be. He may just want to set his miniatures out and shoot things off, but that would make no sense if you think about it.
Well, he's not showing dice, so it could be
no, you
either
don't have to
or.
show dice. Just explain what's going on. Here's the shit that's going on. And there's the Augustus crashed in some sort of frozen Martian icy ice field of icy ice. Look at it. Poor Augustus. Not getting out of that. It'd be like Flight of the Phoenix. Have to rebuild it into a smaller flying ship. That's a great film.
Might I say I'm doubting that all these people have fit into that small boat.
Most of them won't be carrying the bases with them on the boat. They'll leave those behind when they board. And the poorer people just have to hang on to the deck and hope they don't freeze to death.
Oh, okay.
While Alan Quartermain and Django sit inside in the warmth.
That's fair enough.
It's good. It's good times. Space Captain Smith. I'm unaware of that. Is it good? Is it like anything I would know? I'll just look it up here actually while he's looking through things. Look, Flash. Ah. Crispin's here. He's got one of those, but his isn't painted yet, I don't think.
Is it?
I don't think so. Space Captain Smith.
Where did my flash button go? I'm missing my
that's
flash button.
it. By Toby Frost. Captain Isambard Smith must rescue a psychic hippie maiden from her hippie world and bring her to safety of the British Empire, where her hippie truth will be revealed, or all will go to hell in a space cart.
What?
I say, what a right riveting read. What? Oh, that's by Ben Aronovich, the so far up himself author that he can't see daylight.
Space Captain Smith. I don't think I really want to go down that route right now.
Set in a universe where the sun's never set on a stiff upper lip, the warm-hearted and funny interstellar romp gives the sacred cows of sci-fi a good kicking before racing home time for tea.
What's that weird obsession with British and tea?
I don't know. Look, stripes on his mealy bags. Makes sense.
Yeah. Though the bags are pretty big.
Ah, they're fine.
Oh look, the lizard men have Prussian training.
That's how they get you.
Little pikey helmet,
Turns out
gas mask.
Prussian East Africa wasn't the real thing people should have been concerned about.
Prussian lizard men will be coming for you.
That's the one. That's the
If
one.
you think Anschluss was bad, this is going to be worse.
That's how the magic happens. That's how the magic happens. Right. Where are you up to?
5 parsecs from Blighty? And that's where we ended last time.
No.
With his facehuggery things.
Okay, well, we'll allow that.
The not facehugger.
It's not facehugger. It's legally distinctly different.
It's not hugging a face.
Correct. Yeah, he's a terrible bastard, Demon Sub, isn't he?
What?
With his creativity. Painting stuff and writing things and doing stuff.
Horrible persons being creative and productive and all. And talented at most times.
The important thing is, at some point we need to get him Bob.
In the studio?
Just together in general. Just set them down in a room with a load of stuff who go,
Have at it.
Film us a game, bitches. And then just kick back and wait to see what insanity they come up with.
Put them in the room with all the toys, some beer and pretzels, and record everything
as well. It's not enough that we're tracking them down and abducting them. I mean, getting them together in a room together. What? Makes no sense.
Oh, Ewok, I think that's a sentence we all say to ourselves way too often. I need to get ... going. ... Yes. We all need to get dotty going.
S going. I don't understand.
See the S car go.
Nice. Anyway.
Let's jump to the left.
Straight on till morning.
And then a step to the right. Gotham is doing Shattered Horizons.
Never get to Neverland like that. Yeah, so in a couple of days, a week, Manticore's doing a global campaign for Kings of War for the Shattered Horizons. So Night Stalkers and Northern Alliance, it's grim up north. Everything's going to go sideways. Score Arms decided to lean into that and get some stuff put together to do some Kings of War gaming with Woodstock. There is a Trident Realm fleet.
I'm guessing those are major usage of contrasty paints and stuff like that.
Could be. Bear in mind that was 14 hours to do everything, including all the filigree, which is really fiddly. Regardless, the best way to bring a fleet for a naval game is to make sure that it doesn't matter if they sink. I mean, good luck getting rid of the water elemental. But I really like the Trident Realms, the whole idea of you've come into our ocean, have you met our giant sea friends? I call you guys.
Can I interest you in a...
Crispin, we were just talking about you.
Assurance. Hello, Crispin.
We were saying Denzian's got the princess from Flash Gordon. His is painted. Where's your Flash Gordon project up to, matey boy? I was going to go in and send you some abusive messages through the project system, but you're here, so I'll just send you some abusive words through my mouth.
Oh, one thing I was wanting to ask everything. If I were to... Hypothetically, I'm in Ireland, and I'm riding in a cabriolet. Not driving, but sitting on the not driver's side. And I'm doing this to everyone. Is this the equivalent of Mr. Bean going, that in US?
Sure. Yeah, I don't think anybody cares. You certainly wouldn't care.
Well,
you're past you. I'm pretty sure you can do what you like.
Does this count as a rude gesture in Ireland?
Oh, yeah,
for some odd reason?
Well, that one not so much. Nobody really cares about that one. You're much more likely to get the middle one.
Okay.
I mean,
for some odd reason, I was under the impression this is very rude.
Say hello.
Hello.
Bitches. Anyway.
Don't mind me. It's been a long day, and I've
Hardly so.
done hard work at work.
You lying son of a bitch. Anyway. So yes, Trinity Realms. That's the Armada side of things. However, presumably there will be battle reports of actual Kings of War as well.
There's hoping.
Yeah.
I really like the color scheme there.
Oh,
It's
they're gorgeous.
so poppy and vibrant.
Waves. So they were all done, and the waves were all sculpted on in plaster or, pardon me, whatever you call it,
Tissues?
polyfiller, something. I think it's polyfiller. It probably says, if I read that over there. Yeah,
Does
I
it
can't
say there? Oh, I can't
not
find it.
squinting there, and I can't see it. So, anyway.
Doesn't matter.
No, well, kind of matters. But,
Does it?
Yeah, it might do. Might do to someone. Might do to me.
Potentially. So where do we go on from here with this very short and impressive painted project? Medieval Mayhem.
So,
A Baron's War project, and it's not from Pete.
no, it's not from Pete. It's from Rob. And the really weird thing about this is none of these men are boots.
So no rigging.
Yeah, baffled. Really, really baffled. But Rob has been getting into
That's a miniature I can get behind.
more historical / medieval wargaming. This one has taken him away from his beloved Meg into the Barons' War. So part and parcel of this is to try and get back into hobbying because he hasn't done a lot in a while. But there are some nice miniatures and there's some fucking gorgeous terrain that he scratch built in here.
Okay, I see the MDF terrain. I see the foam. What the fuck does he need a hammer for?
It's how you assemble MDF terrain, isn't it? It's how I assemble it.
With a hammer?
Yeah. You gotta let that fucker know who's boss. None of this, I'm not going to quite fit together. But as you can see there, some fine buttressing he has added. And then he goes for a bit more with the detailing on the internals.
It's like when you're buying a plastic model kit and then you get an aftermarket brass etched pieces to make it look even more better.
Correctamundo, mein Freund.
Why don't MDF kit manufacturers sell those as an upgrade?
I imagine the cost.
Yeah, they're selling them so they could actually make money on it.
Yeah, but if you wanted that as now, remember how everybody went $4,000 really good but incredibly expensive? I'll just buy something from Charlie Foxtrot instead, and then the company went under 5 times.
Yeah,
That reason,
I get
reason
your
right
point.
there is why they don't do it.
I get your point.
But yeah, the water wheel on the mill is particularly nice. I mean, the upscaling detail on the church was nice, but this proper old school. I've got foam and a pencil, and I'm not afraid to use it.
Yeah, that's basically the top notch of DIY. You have a flat piece of foam and a pencil. Go.
It's all
Have
you
fun.
need. You know, that and something on the TV that you can listen to but not have to watch. Oh, Bournemouth have just equalised against Swansea. There is a Swansea.
For somebody who has been out of the hobby, he's really doing a buttload of work.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, tiles, my nemesis. I did that once, still having nightmares about it.
I did it when I was much younger, using a thinner cardstock, like a cereal box. So you just sit there and just snip it with a pair of scissors. It was much fucking easier. You know. At that point, when everything else is foam and balsa, I'd probably just go and buy a set of shingles from war bases
Or
just to
just
save my life.
or just go with teddy bear fur.
Remember Lloyd's pyramid? I remember Lloyd not understanding the dimensions of the pyramid.
I'm cutting 4 triangles, and that
Cutting
will
4
give me a
triangles, and
perfect roof for my tower.
then nothing works anymore. That just amused me to the hilt.
Oh, I remember.
Because I have a roof on my tower that I did in a similar way, but I worked it out first.
He was so proud of his Roman tower, and then tried to make his roof, and it totally went bonkers.
I mean, there's bound to be an easier way of doing it, but I decided on I knew the size and the height, and then I worked out the internal angles on that to work out where I needed to be doing cut. It was time consuming, and maths was involved. But at the end, I cut my foam core once and glued it together and got my perfect pyramidal structure. So I just dropped on top of my tower and went, boop, fucking awesome.
I guess he didn't finish it.
He did finish it. He showed it in
Did he?
XLBS fucking ages ago. I mean, it was finished to the point where he's not doing any more to it, but the roof has the potential to be removed and replaced with a better one if he could be arsed. He won on the grounds that that tower was just a lot of wood, so it was just like washes. I think he used a lot of contrast. It may have been the very beginning of contrast / the lockdown, where he was just going, let's see what this works like. Because I remember he did like 15 zeniths and stuff on it, and then it made no fucking difference whatsoever. So could have just fucking
very
sprayed
subtle,
it. Wouldn't have made a difference.
Top down, going light darker to the bottom, and then it all went bust.
Have I seen your wood castle? That's not a euphemism. I have. Geometry is very much a thing, Andy. It's 100%. It's a thing. I'm more. All those people who go, "What am I ever going to use maths for?" Fucking modeling people. That's what you're going to use maths for.
You know, that's one thing I was very much wondering why Lloyd got it wrong when he showed up his mock-up of his shed in the first episodes with the track layout.
You know how
and people commenting, you can't run this, you'll have a short circuit.
I suppose it's different when you're going, here company, I need you to spend several thousand of my pounds making me this shed and layout and blah blah blah, compared to going, I've got a cereal box, I finished my ready brick, and now I'm going to make a roof for my tower, and if I fuck it up, I've lost the front of a box of ready brick. Whatever it was he used.
Yeah, it's
I think so. I think it was very clever whatever way he did it. But yeah, it's a good time in the can. You left Roberto just before you hit the miniatures there as well.
Did
You've
we?
only got well, I thought you did. I wasn't really paying attention to you. I'm mostly looking at football. It has to be said. But I thought you had his archers and his spearmen, because I mean, we're there and may as well see the painted ones.
There's some painted miniatures.
Child.
See,
Yeah.
they
Yep.
look very angry.
Very, as you say, angry disgust. Dead Man's Hand. Myself and Cher are talking about doing Dead Man's Hand, actually. I said we'd do it with the just standard gangs from the first book before we do anything clever like throw in Ned Kelly's gang against the undead or any other weird shit.
Some pistol-wielding ladies.
Oh, the Daughters of the West are great. Except whenever I keep drawing the wrong card and getting dirt in my eye. It's very annoying.
So, who's next on the list?
Your name is going on the list. This one's just there for crisping.
Oh, do we really want to show?
Oh, yes.
So this is by one Mr. Brinon, whoever Brinon is.
Brennan, the Badger Warrior. He's been painting up a Kurt Russell Viking figure.
Yeah, very much so. Painting the age of Beowulf and beyond.
Yeah, he's showing off because he got
Beowulf?
he got some of his Beowulf models that are currently on Kickstarter. I know this because I've thrown like 200 quid at the Kickstarter, going send me all of those. He got a sample pack. I don't do this right. I should really double down on here. I'm famous, send me shit. Don't you know who I am? I'm a big deal on the internet.
Or maybe just at the next convention, just stare down to people.
Kick Brennan up the arse. Will it still be a Kickstarter exclusive figure when they remove it there? Brennan. Sorry, that's a little Father Ted joke. Anyway, yeah, he's been working his way through them. He's also, and he did say he'd done that post so that you wouldn't think he was sitting on his arse with his thumb up his hole. But he has been working on some of his terrain bits and pieces as well.
I didn't actually think of him doing that because he showed it off on Facebook at one point.
Probably did.
Facebook. Or was it Twitter?
That would require. Well, I'm definitely on Twitter, and I'm not friends with anybody on Facebook. So I don't know what they show off on Facebook.
He did show off his the dog hut terrains that are coming now. So those had been shown off. And thanks for the push.
He's working on it.
From Pundenta. Yes, I'm pushing. I'm a very pushy guy when it comes to shove. He does have a hand painting miniatures.
Fucking Southampton player there, for fuck's sake.
Oh no.
Holy shit. Plymouth are 2-0 up over Crystal Palace.
Can you see this?
Boy's not going to like that, is he?
Can you see this on the top?
Yep. You could see it from space, and certainly once you fucked a dry brush over the top of it, you'll be able to see it really well.
Yeah.
I think he works in the principle he only paints the eyes on important figures, and so far he hasn't come across a figure that's important enough to have the eyes painted on it. I can't fault him, to be fair. Unlike the Crystal Palace defense.
I like the poppiness of color he's using.
He's a fan of purple, the royal color. Very expensive, very difficult to produce. He uses it quite a lot. But we'll not hold him against that.
At least not here, maybe on the Weekender.
No, I mean, there is so little archaeological evidence for what they were like as to be completely pointless, so you really can go nuts. I just default back to would it have been easy for them to get in that vibrancy. Maybe if he desaturated a little, faded it down, more pastel highlight on it, that'd be quite good. Yeah, I could see a sort of pastel purple, like they've double dyed wood and madder to get your purple, and then it doesn't fix quite right, and it just sort of starts fading out. Anyway, that's a discussion about dyeing that we're not dying to have.
When does he start basing them on
squares, proper bases? I don't know. I can't get him to. He keeps fixating on games that require you to have any base at all, and then he ruins it by putting them on rounds, so it limits them. It's kids for you. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Nope, but you can shoot it.
I would normally say Crystal Palace defense, being an oxymoron, is a bit harsh, because if there's one thing Woy knows what to do, it's how to set up a team not to be scored past. He just can't score with them as well. It's like when he took over at Liverpool, and Hodgson was told he'd have to win over the dressing room, and Woy went, would a draw be enough? I mean, it's the kind of manager he is. The fact that they're getting fucking tanked by Plymouth is hilarious. Anyway.
So who's the follow-up on the Badger, Keen?
Badger, 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 badger.
Mushroom, mushroom, mushroom. Snake, snake.
It's Hutch.
Circus Maximus. And he's doing crowdfunding. See?
Boy, do you know, well, you probably do, Kebab, that was the first time Liverpool in their history had sacked a manager mid-season. At no other point had any manager been bad enough to be removed during the season. Anyway. I digress.
That's an awful lot of people for the audience.
Fuck yeah. I mean, if you're going to make a chariot racing game, then obviously the important things to focus on is 350 odd people in the stand.
Though I think I have a minor criticism.
Yes.
Because he's using the same colors on the same pose of miniature for multiple versions. So I think
staggered up and down.
Yeah, I would have done differently. But then again,
well,
if you have
to be
those,
fair, I wouldn't, because step one there would have been to 3D print a million little men sitting down, or whatever that was. Were they? Yeah. So I wouldn't have done that step to begin with. So I can't really say step one would not have fucking happened.
Was it on? Yeah, it was on the XLBS where Lloyd was talking about the resin printer foam fume extractor thingy.
Sure.
Yeah, the air cleaner just makes it smell nicer, but it still kills you.
Yeah, it doesn't actually remove particulates from everything. Yeah. Well. Well, don't worry about it. Well, I won't worry about it. I'm fucking fine.
Yeah, same.
Chariots are really nice as well. And I imagine, because it's Hatch, and he is a bit of a whore for his terrain, that we will get a proper Circus Maximus-like arena. I'm hoping for something on a ridiculously grand scale, like 8 foot by 4 foot, so you can have a proper chariot race, a full stadium.
So having Ben Hur in 28 mil.
Totally paid. Somebody sells the People's Front of Judea sitting, and I think you can get a Brian as well selling his lark's tongues. Anyway.
And then you need some
fucking splitters.
What's his face? Mel Brooks philosopher standing somewhere.
Philosophizing away.
Yeah.
From the history of the world. Was it?
I need to rewatch that movie.
Apparently they made a sequel, and they shouldn't have made a sequel.
No, they really shouldn't have.
Anyway. There's a really interesting bit later on after the chariots, which look fantastic. Because he's talking about the fact that for the game, there's nothing wrong playing it on 6mm or 15mm. I have a load of 3mm chariots somewhere, Egyptian chariots. However,
I was just furious.
Yeah, well, that's the name of the project. You didn't think he just made it up, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh dear. Anyway, so he decided.
Well, the name of the project is Circus Maximus.
And this is why I want an 8x4 Circus Maximus. If he's playing with what appear to be 40mm charioteers, those chariots are fucking enormous. You want that distance, you want that range.
10 by 10 centimeter laser cut wooden bases.
Yes. Huge. Fucking huge.
You are a madman, Mr. Hutch.
He's having a laugh, ain't he?
You really should seek medical attention. He's already printed 380 people for the crowd. And I'm not going there. You do you, Hutch. You enjoy yourself. As long as it keeps the kids off the street.
Out of trouble, out of mischief. Anyway, so yes. So he did say there what size he's using and blah, blah, blah. I'm still hoping for my full Circus Maximus.
Yeah, he had a comparison shot here.
10 centimeters.
28 gripping beast 28mm Dark Age figure next to one of his oversized charioteers.
The base they're on is 10 centimeters squared.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be large.
It's fairly substantial. I have 2 chariots on the same size base for Kings of War. He has 1 chariot on that. I don't. No. I mean, it's certainly you'll get to see it.
See you, Doc. Nice for you to join in.
Oh,
have fun at your new job. Round bases. You're getting banned, mate.
Why I oughta. Anyway.
And potentially cut if Jerry finds you.
Well, he'll be back. At some point he'll come over.
Come on, Oro! Oh, come and thank you for following. So, from one circus to the next, where do we go?
I'd like to see some Star Wars.
Yes, please.
Before it gets discontinued.
Yes, fire sale, we know.
Yeah. Apparently they're making the announcement this week.
Yeah. The funny thing
is...
Oh,
Christ. Richarlison has scored for Tottenham. Fuck me.
They just said roadmap. There's no way...
Well, I've already explained this. The roadmap is your game is dead. There will be a fire sale next month, and the month after that, you'll not be able to get it anymore. That's my vision for their roadmap for the rest of 2023.
Oh, speaking of Asmodee, while we're at the subject...
let's say we were.
For the last few months, organized play in Germany has been handled by Asmodee Germany themselves.
Is that because Atomic Mass Games is for privateer press staff in a room somewhere in America?
I don't know.
Else to do it.
It's the funny thing is they have now, I think 2 months ago, announced that this will end and all forthgoing organized play will go through local stores only.
Do it yourselves. We're not doing it anymore.
That's my impression.
I mean, that's always a sign of a game thriving and being well supported by the manufacturer, I feel.
This is not just Legion. This is every game Asmodee has organized play for. They're not
2-1, the Palace comeback. Whoa.
This is going to be interesting, especially since you remember when I said, okay, Star Wars Crisis Protocol is coming to Germany, but we haven't had Marvel Crisis Protocol. We are getting Marvel Crisis Protocol in Germany.
Right. Oh, well, there you go. It's probably had to get somebody to translate what Assemble was.
It's ridiculous. Yes, but Collins is doing Party Bus.
It's Party Bus, indeed.
It does look like the Mystery Machine, I think. From the Scooby-Doo show.
It looks fucking great.
Yes, it's
I absolutely adore the ridiculously bright colour of it.
Extra clean.
It has all the goodness of... it's not dead. It's pining for the droids. Pining for the droids. Pining for the droids.
The driver looks a bit scared. He's very wide-eyed.
Presumably he's seen what's coming up in front of him. And he's not happy.
The fire sale is coming for you.
Massive rebel roadblock. He's about to get fucked over.
Well, he is a rebel, so a rebel roadblock should be annoying.
Is he not a filthy... He doesn't look like a filthy rebel. He looks like a nice Imperial boy with his lovely jacket.
That's a rebel unit, or even possibly a... what's that called? The Scum and Villainy factions.
All right, okay. Wow. I mean, I haven't paid any attention to them since they decided that they were going to kill the game off and have a fire sale.
No,
So I haven't bothered looking at any of the cards in a long time, but that is one of the most hugely imperial-looking vehicles that they could have produced. I mean, it's the Lambda-class shuttle without the wings on it.
The imperial counterpart to that is the big flying helicopter thing with the big window in front. And this design actually comes from the old West End Games role-playing source book.
Yes. Oh, most things that are good come from the D6 RPG. So much that they introduced became canon. Even Disney can't take that away. Fuck you, Disney. Fuck you.
Oh, look, and he did... Oh, God, that's a break. A 1 year pause.
Oh, you can see why I had to come back to it.
Well, to be fair, I'm at this point of his Cassian Andor and the Wookiees as well, but my transport is still in pieces.
Well, I mean, there's no rush.
Yeah, also I need to find time to declutter the airbrush, because there's no way in hell I'm going to paint that with a brush.
Declutter the airbrush?
Potentially.
What are you storing in your airbrush? Spiders and what?
Well, the airbrush is in the garage. And...
Oh, right, okay. Right, there's no excuse not to use it. Just get out there. Wrap up warm.
And the vehicle itself is somewhere down there. In my pile of potential, right next to my trusty whiskey.
That vehicle's 20 quid. Actually, that's not bad.
Initially, I think this was about 50 euros or 40 euros. Something along those lines. Can't remember.
Sweet to the beat.
It wasn't that expensive, giving all things... But everything's more affordable than a Games Workshop tonk.
It's true. Swansea have equalised against Bournemouth. Keep you up to date with that, don't worry.
You're listening to Swansea, that's nice.
There is a Swansea. London. Actually, I've just got telepressing going beside me now. Oh, holy shitballs. Crystal Palace have equalised against Plymouth 2-2. Fuck me. What's going on?
Drax. Ragnarok Rises, a card game. What does this make in our little list? And why is that a German manual?
Well, I was curious. I thought other people might be curious. There are some miniatures in it that have been painted up like.
Oh, it's an ancient project.
So, I'm a curious fellow, because this just seems to have been languishing unloved for fucking forever.
I'm guessing the person is still somehow active on the forums because he's still having a subscription?
Sure, could be.
Well, he still has the Cult of Games badge, so
yeah.
Still paying.
However, so the game itself, not a notion about, although I'm fairly certain that that guy on the front, isn't that from the Vikings TV show, King Rollo, winging in with his big axe. Now, he has marked it as completed, wherever it's been hiding all these years. However, only one of the models out of the three is there for our viewing pleasure. So I'm expecting the other two to appear. Look, there's that guy from that defunct game as well in the middle.
Yeah, that's a measurement of scale I can get behind. It's almost as good as Banana Man.
Druid for scale works better, but to each their own. To each their own.
I love
Palace
Banana
are fucking
Man.
3-2. Where the fuck did that come from? What? Who? When?
And here we see a Jedi in his natural habitat.
That's a hell of a turnaround. Anyway, there's Fenris, stick your hand in his mouth. Put that chain on him. He'll be fine. Don't worry about
Why
it.
is there a big skull beneath him?
Don't worry about it. Like I said, don't worry about it. You know, it's fine. We're all fine here.
We're all friends down here.
We all float. Anyway.
I'm really trying not to float anymore.
So, the interesting thing will be, do we get the other 2 miniatures painted, and do we get a gameplay thing out of it? Because I'm curious as to what the fuck is going on with it. Because I've never heard of Ragnarok Rises, although that is 100% Rollo from the Vikings jumping on front. Just saying, it really is. I may even be Ragnar beside him.
I'm guessing, since this project is from December 2019 and has been a Kickstarter, it's potentially a Kickstarter from 2017 something?
Oh, who knows? I mean, there's no way to know for certain. That would require some sort of
internet
website.
magic.
And none of that's going to happen. None of that's going to happen because I can't be arsed.
Does it spell it with... Oh, God. Don't try looking up Valhalla in Kickstarter.
Really?
Oh, there it is.
It's full of all the things.
Last updated February 10th, 2021.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Who made it?
Created by Go On Board.
Go on board. Get on the train. Don't worry about where it's stopping.
Collected 178,000 British pounds with a 15,000 goal.
The nice thing about it is their
estimated delivery October 2019. Well, that's a quick turnaround then.
Our games, The Witcher, Titans, Valhalla. Our website is in development.
Oh, that's always a bad sign.
You can, but like I say, there's no separation, so it's goonboard.com. Contact sales at Mr. Grimm at goonboard.com. Goonboard. Anyway, yeah, that one was just a little one for me to just grab from the ether. Like I say, torment to see if we can get some sort of idea about what the game's like.
The standard game box was £35, so
if you say so.
That's affordable.
Wolves have just stuck 2 in back to back as well.
Funding period was in October and November 2018. So a 1-year delivery window, which is pretty impressive.
I mean, there's not a huge amount in there from the looks of things.
Yeah, but still, if you're going from scratch and being on time, since he delivered the project system in December, so they kept to their time limit.
Oh. Leshen? The website's in development, it's already better than the AMG. Jam. Fucking hilarious.
Well, that's not very high bar to get over.
Anyway, I digress.
Why are we on AMG again? Let's go back to wrestling.
Wrestling.
Or some other project.
Is the Ragnarok skirmish game any good? I don't know. Do I know the Ragnarok skirmish game? It rings a bell. To be honest, I've spent the last week reading 4 different rule systems from several different companies. One translated from fucking Chinese. One translated from Ukrainian.
Including the Doom
my head
thing.
hurts, and I'm not prepared to think about other games. Just saying.
So this is by one serious Horatio who blows the nose.
Yes. Yes, it is. Mostly here for the Lloyd shots. But this is Hobby, which is good because, as he admits himself, he's been dragging his heels with his Arabian Saga project, which we visited in the past. And there's some nice things in there and some nice ideas as well. But not really going forward. So getting paint on miniatures is good. And I really like what he's been doing with these. So at least a few of them come from Reaper, because I own a couple of those. There's also a few that look not dissimilar to some very old Grenadier Heartbreaker type of things. But that might just be the sculptor behind it. But he's very it's very similar to the box art painting that's done for the Oathmark and Frostgrave stuff. Same sort of color palette and then little stripy highlights. It's good. I like it.
Yeah,
The Bushwhackers.
I'm very much looking forward to the Christmas episode of Axu Albius and Weekender.
Are we?
Oh boy, you're going to love this.
Who knows? Who knows? I think what killed wrestling for me wasn't the Bushwhackers or the Legion of Doom with their rubber spikes. It was when Dink the Clown turned out there was like 4 different doinks, and then there was a midget one hiding under the stage one day. So there's like 5 Doink the Clowns, or 4 Doinks and 1 Dink. I think they called the little one. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
The Heart Foundation, the British Bulldogs.
They were good.
Hot
Not
Rod
particularly
Roddy Piper.
Zip lines, but apart from that, they were fine. Anyway.
What's the full name of the dragon?
What?
There was a wrestler called the Dragon. Ricky Steamboat the Dragon. Yeah, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. That's his name.
Been a long time.
Thanks for resubscribing, Mr. Rumbly.
Oh God, so many lesson. So many lesson.
My buttons are acting up. Bad buttons.
Buttons are acting up.
Either that or my skin is too dry for the bloody phone.
Skin is too dry.
Nuggets of wisdom. Not going to play that video because copyright complaints. Oh look, a tree.
Tree, baby Jesus.
Happy tree people.
Might be happy, although it does look like it's been crucified.
Oh, he looks very happy. He's cheering on some football fans.
It's big, licheny pom-poms.
Yes.
Lesson bit your antler off.
Lash and bit your antler off. Ah. Yes. Oh, look. Shadowrun.
Yes. Very much so. Some of these go back a considerable amount of time. I don't know if this is one we've looked at in the
Not that I can remember.
the Hobby Hangout before, official or otherwise. So you get random musings on the divine, and then you go, oh, here's a thingy thing.
Here's a pterodactyl swinging a what's it called?
There are
Obsidian sword.
two more projects after this one.
Three.
Three
Three.
more. Sure.
Oh. Hold on. No, 2. You're right. 2 more.
That's all right then. So I'm thinking, where have you found the other one? But you do you. Obsidian sword, you were saying?
Yes, the pterodactyl. Oh, look. Barbarian. And
Can
his
be.
muscles have muscles.
It could be like heaven on earth. It's certainly spiritual in a way, because a pint of Guinness is like a priest. It's got a black body and a white collar, and if you get a bad one, you wake up with a sore arse in the morning. So in that respect, quite spiritual.
Welcome to the last episode of the Unofficial Hobby Hangout.
What? For what? For that?
At some point, somebody will be very angry.
I tell them to go fuck themselves. Suggest it gently. Find a medium of dance, maybe. Some sort of interpretive dance.
No, I'm not going to dance on camera.
Just dropped a D4 on the floor. I can't see where it's gone. Oh my god. When I get up from this chair, I'm going to fucking cripple myself.
I think if I'm going to drop anything, it's going to be C4. With a very short fuse.
Serious putty.
Yes. The putty for pro.
I like silly putty.
What is happening here, people? What are you doing? What's a
There,
hype train?
there's a hype. If people get subs up to a certain amount, then you get like this weird hype train where all sorts of weird shit kicks off.
No.
It's a Twitch thing. I'm sure you've probably seen it in your hot tub.
I'm not looking at chat when I'm looking at hot tubs. Not that I'm looking at hot tubs.
Just checking. Just checking.
Yeah, Horatio, he's a talented bugger, and I'm really looking forward to his Christmas shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Anyway, before we move on, there is, it's like halfway down that page, a bit more. There's a nice bit where he goes into in a sort of a hobby funk, discontent, things are annoying me, not getting anything
Hobby
done.
community.
Style of shite, and there's a couple of little videos in there as well
That's
about what you
this
can
one.
do.
When something just clicks.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it's an interesting one. If you've hit that, I can't be
Dead
arsed.
point.
The I can't be arsed point in the affair. When you've hit the I can't believe I've still got white fucking piping to do on Russians. Juncture. Yeah. I joke. They don't have piping. And none of them are getting fucking lacing done, so fuck them. Anyway, so that one's just a neat little one to have a look at anyway. And there's really nice painting in there too.
Yeah, he's talented. And he's having a bit of a additional roommate. Because his roommate is having his sister over permanently.
Oh.
With her children. So he's a bit annoyed currently.
Sweet.
I totally get why, and you really have my sympathies, Horatio. Stay strong, brother. White piping for trousers. Is that like rigging for ships?
No, because it's normally sculpted on the models. You don't have to go out and buy 28mm piping and then very meticulously apply it around all the uniforms. That would be insane. Anyone who does that with boats is insane.
Well, he already done us the favor of getting on with it.
Yeah, I'm very good. In that respect, so Ungleb is playing Star Wars Crisis Protocol, but it's like a comic book version.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Boats. Boats. Put your rigging on your boats.
I really can't get my head around these cars from Marvel Crisis Protocol. I think they are drop dead ugly. They have no sense of scale, and why? The miniatures look so nice. The terrain looks nice. Why this shape of car?
Because they're everywhere. I mean, you can't really fault them. Shitty hatchbacks are fucking everywhere.
Yeah,
and it needs to be generic enough, because I'm sure if they copied the shape of any car, they would be sued. So you need to make it a shitty little hatchback looking thing, because that's what everybody drives. But the stylistic design will get you copyright. And I'm sure even Asmodee would go sideways if, Vauxhall or Kia or whoever the fuck makes them come up and go, you've just copied our design, cunts. You've not paid us.
Still, there must be a design of a car that's not as offensive.
Well, two things.
The paint job is nice, especially on the windows.
Thing number one, any car can be a taxi. And thing number two, that taxi sign is optional. So you don't have to put it on and you don't have to make it a taxi.
Yeah,
which is why I just painted mine up as cars.
The sheer shape of the car is so appalling. It's
If you want me to just go and get pictures of modern cars that look exactly like that, it will take me. I need to go back to the Let Me Google That For You page to put the fucking link in, because it won't take me long to find them.
Don't get me wrong. I know those cars exist and they all look alike because they're all streamlined via the medium of air tunnels. But still, you can make them look better.
How and why? Those are
For
my two questions
aesthetic
for you.
reasons, first and foremost.
You don't need aesthetic reasons. You need ugly little hatchbacks to fill your city streets with so you can lob them at the Hulk's head.
At that point, just get a 1970s Chevrolet or something.
But that's not modern.
Who
Kids would
cares?
look that good. But it's kids playing this game because they love the Star Wars and the Marvel TV shows and stuff. Apparently DC have released another film that's automatically gone straight to the bottom of the box office, by the way. They're just on that note of superhero satirism. The Blue Beetle had made like 60 million in its opening box office weekend, making it the bottom of the bottom, and DC makes some shit films.
Yeah, but getting away from car discussion, because I really it annoyed me from the first day I've seen it. The other miniatures are grand, sculpting and painting wise.
Cherries came from. Oh no, they didn't come from behind. They were in front of Swansea the whole time. Cherries have won anyway. First one finished. Just another 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Just another 11. Still in progress.
Also, why is she called Black Widow when she's dressing in white? That's false advertisement.
Have you not seen the Black Widow movie?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's great.
Last superhero movie I watched was The Silver Surfer. Fantastic Four Silver Surfer.
It's got David Harbour in it. Guy who played Hellboy in the shit Hellboy movie.
Oh, grand. One
But
more
he
reason not to
plays
watch it.
like a Russian Captain America version. Oh, it's fucking great. He's great. And Ray Winston playing a Cockney Russian is particularly good. Ray Winston, master of 1,000 accents and all of them Cockney. Did see the cardboard box terrain that's all the rage in 40k tournaments since the game's already broken? No, I haven't. But what I did see was the 40k tournament where they just used chunks of polystyrene that they just set on the table in L shapes. So I mean, at that
3
point,
years ago?
At that point, box terrain is a fucking massive improvement.
Yeah.
It was literally that was about all right. Well, in that case, that's not an improvement. If it's not actually, for some reason in my head, I was thinking like Infinity's box terrain, where it's all nesting cardboard boxes that looks like terrain, but you deploy. No, so it's
literally a cardboard
box. The
box.
fucking foam this time, so they just got cardboard boxes. Oh Christ! Oh my God!
Yeah. Shall we jump into the last episode for tonight?
Oh, sure. Why not? Why not?
Just in case before I...
If nothing else means Adrian can stop having to avoid being punched by his missus so she can watch a film. Fuck me, 5-0 against Blackpool Wolves. Calm down. Don't waste all your goals in this game. They've got to do the rest of the season. Palace have scored 4 now. Fucking 4. A hat-trick for Mateta. 4-2 Palace. It's madness. Absolutely madness.
So we started on Tao Chi.
Say 3D printed bits to hold the brown bits of cardboard.
Oh God.
oh, Christ on a bike. That's amazeballs.
Oh.
Sorry, yes, you were doing your intro to this, which was very good because it was set up to be this, so you could do this intro.
Yeah, we started on Tao Chi. We're ending on Tao Chi. We're
Tao
not
Chi.
like the dude in the record store said. Always end on the back, never
Always
end
finish
on
on
the
the back.
pussy.
Yeah. So, because some people have been talking about Blood and Plunder games being run as CrackCon and stuff, and I had a very nice chat with the guys who ran the Summer of Plunder. I thought we'd have a look at some Blood and Plundery type things as well. Brentford have finally scored against Newport. Well done, Brentford. Now, I can't not look at that and see BDSM, and I know it doesn't say that.
Yeah, but I get why, and I'm on board with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just me, right?
No, it's not.
That's fine. So anyway, this is
Biblical discussion. What's it called? I only know the excerpt from the meme.
who what? Oh, the security.
The Captain America explanation for what BDSM means. Bible discussion. Thingamajig. Chat will know.
Oh well, who knows?
It's a meme from 9gag and all those places.
I'm sure it is. Bible discussion and study meeting.
Yeah, that's the one.
Right. Anyway, so putting together Maynard's Pirate Hunters. Obviously, the use of magnetic base and a biscuit tin is obviously great right off the bat. Look, craft paint. Just saying. It is possible to use it.
I'm not sure how he manages to do that, but the paint pots and miniatures at some of his pictures look like they're enormous. just look at them. It's like, I've got this 4-gallon bottle of Dawnstone layer.
Well, I'll tell you how he does it. Because he sets it up to take a picture, and then the table behind, way the fuck away, the background has tiny men on it.
So
That's giving some sort of Hobbit-like
far away.
perspective. Anyway.
Bad Motor's Sudden Death. Yeah, that's the one.
So, just worked his way through painting a set of lovely pirate people, including pinstripe pants, which is important when painting pirates, particularly.
You've done very well.
See? Stripy pants. But it's a nice little introduction to the piracy. Obviously, there's still other things to be concerned with once the sailors are out of the way. There'll maybe even be boats.
Boats and potentially rigging.
No, not that. Why would you do that?
To annoy certain people of the audience. Chips! Fish and chips! Sorry, not sorry.
I know. I was going to say you're not sorry. Absolutely not sorry.
When did I ever been truly and utterly sorry except one?
Don't know. Never sorry whenever you send me to bed crying after the show. So mean to me. Keeps me around and berates me. He gives me notes.
I can't see the cardboard. I can imagine, James. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure I really want to see that cardboard terrain. No.
But I am, so I can. Oh my lord! You know what that is? That's all the hallmarks of somebody who goes, "I've got a 3D printer." That wasn't, how can we make terrain for this table? That was, how can I spend my time and presumably money that should be going into decorating these tables to just 3D print stuff to show I've got a 3D printer because I'm a 3D printing cunt.
Yeah, or
That's what that
maybe
is.
they had these pieces lying around. And
Just
Radagast, I'm not
cardboard
that old.
in there. It's amazing, absolutely amazing.
You are the worst people. Absolutely terribly the worst. That's why this stream is for adults only, and by adults I mean people who are of a certain age, not the mindset.
Anybody from 14 up. I think anybody who can find the stream, this is for you, because otherwise, you know, your parents aren't really doing a particularly good job at raising you if they're letting you watch this shit. I mean,
Which is sad but true.
Find your parents' credit card. Just type the numbers in below.
Minors shouldn't be allowed on the internet. And I'm saying
That's
this
harsh on the Welsh. No minors allowed on the internet.
What has that to do with the Welsh?
It's fucking. They're always down the mines if they're not at a rugby match.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Jerry.
They love the mines.
You really dug for that one. Bloody hell. Yeah, right, I guess she may be watching, but does she understand anything we're saying? Or is he just, why are those men talking so funny? Blackwell, I think you should be more worried about your offspring when they come of age. Be thankful that, as for now, they are still toddlers. There will be a time where you look over the shoulder of your offspring, seeing what they're watching on YouTube, and you will be dreading future.
Oh, dear me.
But seriously, when my daughter is on her laptop, she watches some YouTube channels. I can't understand why she does it.
Is it like Lloyd? When Lloyd's watching those TikToks? Or whatever it is. Oh, another goal.
No,
We scored.
it's some sort of
3-2 in the Luton Gillingham game.
It's two ladies of, well, I say they're about mid-20s, but one of them looks like she had a 15th surgery already, and they're doing nice stuff, and it's just every time I catch her watching that, I tell her to please shut it off.
Oh dear.
And still she listens. She does shut it off. So
Lloyd is really weird. That is true. You don't know the half of it, Ewok. You don't know the half of
it. What's the saying? Never meet your idols.
Oh, certainly never check their browsing history.
Oh God, please. We don't want to know, Jerry. We really don't.
Stuff about Lego most of the time. Did you know? I mean, this is probably less interesting for people with kids where English isn't their first language, but the Royal Institute have been doing Christmas lectures for kids for decades, and about 3 years ago they started uploading them to their YouTube channel. So they're like, they do other stuff as well, you know, but the Christmas lectures are fucking amazing. Just you set a child down in front of it and go, watch this, learn. Just give him a cuff around the back of the head and go, learn. But there's one guy in particular who's a fucking pyromaniac. I can't pronounce his name. I think it's a Eastern European style name, although he's born and raised in London, and he's just great because he just starts blowing shit up all the time. Well, Institute Christmas lectures. In fact, when they did lockdown, he was doing stuff, random little mini lectures to keep the kids entertained and educated, and he made it was just doing it in his home office, so his son was having to be his assistant. And it's great because half the time the assistants are coming in just gently moving flasks away as he's setting fire to something. I particularly like the time he was pouring liquid nitrogen from one flask into another thing and wearing no gloves, but then explaining to people how you should really be wearing gloves. It's like Sidlow or something like that. He's just fucking great. Anyway, the Royal Institute. That. Show me that, and then show me that madman who just likes blowing everything up. 1 million subscribers. Did they let him explode something for the 1 million subscribers?
One of his assistants is gone.
Yeah, that type of thing. Andrew Sidlow. I was so close. Or possibly not. SZYDLO. Anyway, yeah. So if you've got a child and you want to keep them out of things, you can get see all sorts of stuff. Christmas lectures are amazing. They're so good. I mean, there are proper lectures in there, where you do get to hear people talking about quantum string theory and shit like that. But the Christmas lecture side are just for kids. And I remember watching them as a kid, getting the whole discussion about fractals and mountain formation and shit like that. It's fucking great.
I'm going to put that in the video description at some point.
Right. Andrew's great. He is just so much fun, exploding as much shit as he can in the most explodey way possible. And they're all sort of like, there you go, Blaze of Steel, Explosive Chemistry with Andrew Sidlow, Chemical Wonders with Andrew Sidlow, The Magic of Chemistry with him. All three of them are like an hour and 20 minutes of him blowing shit up in new and interesting ways. Great.
So, because I really need to take a leak and a shit and everything else, let's try this raid thing I've heard so much about on the YouTube and Twitch. I've seen that there's a certain Marco streaming right now. So I'm going to send you all to Marco. Let's see how this works. If this works at all, I don't know.
Oh, hello guys. Full time 5-0 fucking Wolves Blackpool.
So in about 5 seconds we're going to Marco. Oh, go over to Marco, say hi. Say hi from Jerry. Bye. Raid.
Hi.
Oh, people are really working. Stop streaming. Bye.